5K per month would allow you to live your dream life. And I genuinely mean this because I'm someone that has made 40K per month and 5K per month. I've been in this online space for 3 years. Coming from someone that was a broke university student, in my first month of being in this online space, I've made 5K per month. So I've had that lifestyle. And after about a year and a half doing it, I hit a 40K per month. So I've had both these things. I've had these both things. And I've lived the dream lifestyle, what most people would call that. I've traveled in the last 4 months. I've been to Japan, Australia, Bali, Thailand, and Vietnam. So I've done that. I've traveled. I have nice cars. I have nice watches. I'm able to do the good things that people want. People don't realize how easy it is to be able to achieve your dream life. 5K per month. Think about how far away from you are right now. You might be making 3K per month or 2K per month. Really and truly, you just need to double that and you've got your dream life. Like, that is crazy to think, right? So the dream life for most people is being able to travel, right? Being able to have financial freedom, being able to go to these countries, Bali, Thailand, island hopping, Marbella, wherever you want to go, you want to be able to travel. You want to have a nice car. Most men, we like nice cars with nice toys. You know, maybe rent your own place because you know how I feel about mortgages, but rent your own place, have a nice apartment or a house. I had a really nice apartment in Manchester last year, and then be able to have luxury. So go out for dinners, maybe treat your girlfriend, go out with the boys, maybe buy cigars, whatever, just fun shit. So just fun shit, cool shit, that's luxuries, right? So these things, how much do you think these things would cost? Well, when I was traveling around Southeast Asia, Bali, truly, I was spending about 2 to 2.5K per month. And I was living in beautiful villas. I was going overboard. I wasn't cheaping out on food. I'd go to all the nice restaurants. I was spending 2 to 2.5 grand a month. So that there is that right off. A car. So I've got a decent car, a Cupra, 2025, brand new. And that costs, around £300 a month, plus insurance. Let's call it, to be safe, £600 a month, car all in. So that would be another £600, a nice car. Rent in a nice place. My apartment rent in Manchester was like £800 a month. So, and then luxuries, nice dinners, boys. Let's just overcompensate and let's say you spend another £1,000 on that, right? Let's do some maths here, boys. So 2.5, add 600, add 800, add 1,000. Pretty simple maths. 0, 0, 11, 9, 1, 1, 2, 4.9K. Bang. And that's a dream life, right? Of course, if, I've really overcompensated. Not everyone, if you travel, you don't really need a nice car. If you travel, you don't really need rent. You know what I mean? So it's like, really and truly, your dream life is not far away. This is what people need to understand. It's not about the money. It's about how you make the money. It's about, would you rather be making 10K per month as an accountant in an office in Canary Wharf where you have to go in every single day, you work an 8-hour shift every day, but you come home and you have to work 10-hour days in the office and it's a bit of a long life, 5 days a week? Or would you rather make 5K a month, half of what this guy's making, but be a digital nomad, be able to travel the world, have the financial freedom? I can almost guarantee that most of you boys would choose this. And I would choose this as well. Because really and true, you can make all the money in the world, but if you can't enjoy that, what's the point? What's the reason why you do it? The reason is to be able to live the dream life. And like I said, these things are the dream life. And let me tell you, this guy can have these things. He can have luxuries. He can rent a nice place. He can have a car, but he can't enjoy them like we can because we're able to travel. Oh shit. We're able to travel. We're able to do nice things because we have the freedom to enjoy that because we work on our own basis. You might want to work all the morning and then enjoy the day riding around mopeds in Bali with your boys. And that's what the dream life is for most young men. And that's what we don't have. And that's why it's not just about the amount of money you make. It's really not. It's about how you make the money. You need to find a way to make money where you can travel, where you can be your own boss and essentially have that freedom, right? That's the big thing, freedom. And I think freedom means different things to different people. But you just ask yourself the question, what does freedom mean to you? What does this mean to you? And for most people, whenever I ask someone, what does freedom mean to you? They normally say, not having to worry about money. Not having to worry about money, being able to do things, not have to look at price tags. And you can get that from, as long as you don't live a crazy, ridiculous lifestyle, have Lamborghinis and stuff. Most of us don't need that. When men are very simple. We like to hang out with the boys. We like to travel. We like to do cool shit. We like to have adventure. We like to have fun. So really and truly, freedom just means be able to live life on your own basis. And that means not having to wake up at a certain time for a certain boss on a certain day because he's told you to, but still being able to have the money to do what you want to do. That's what this means to most people. Of course, your definition might be different, but that's what it means to me. And truthfully, any method of making money online can get you here. Now you might think, Yomi, what the fuck are you talking about? I've tried dropshipping. I've tried trading. Bro, it's not worked. But let me tell you this. I know traders making 5k per month. I'm sure you do too. I know people doing dropshipping making 5k per month. I know people editing making 5k per month. I know people in high ticket sales making 5k per month. So what's the reason why you can't do that? What's the reason why none of these things work for you? Because if you've tried things before, you might have not tried as hard as you can. You might have not had the right direction. You might not have been taking the right steps. But truthfully, there's other people that started when you started and they made it work. So it's just a skill issue. So any of these things can work. It's about choosing what works for you. And what I like to do is something called choosing the path of least resistance. And this is pretty self-explanatory. This means choosing the path that is the easiest, because we want to get to this dream life as quick as possible. You know, ideally in like 2 to 4 months, we want to be able to achieve that dream life. And that's possible. Trust me, boys. It's possible. Like I said, in my first month doing high ticket sales, I made 5k a month, right? So 2 to 4 months, you're gonna be able to live in your dream life. And like debunking a lot of these things like drop shipping, you're running a whole business, you know, you have to do marketing, you've got to do client fulfillment, you've got to do shipping. There's loads of different sides to that. Editing, again, you have to run a business because you need to be able to offer your services to different clients. You need to be able to fulfill. You need to be able to retain. Trading, there's different things that come into it. It's you need mathematical skills. You need to be able to read markets. You need to be able to look at the politics. There's so many different aspects of it. For me, the path of least resistance was high ticket sales because I was only learning one thing, one skill. And to be honest, every single one of these, other than trading, you need to have sales anyway. You're learning sales, right? Which is one skill. And editing, you need sales to be able to sell your editing services. You need to be able to get a client. Drop shipping, you need to be able to sell your products. So of course you need sales. You need to be able to appeal to suppliers and stuff like that. So for me, I chose the path of least resistance. I learned one skill and I got really good at this one skill. Doesn't mean to say in the future I can't expand on my skills and do more things, but I like to call this like building up the infinity stones, right? So let's say this is sales and this is marketing and this is management, right? Whatever. These are different skill sets you need to run a business. Let me just take care of one thing at a time. Let me get good at sales, be able to make money, achieve my dream lifestyle, and then I can think about picking up marketing skills. Then I can think about picking up management skills. Then I can think about picking up advertisement skills. Like, that's what I'm talking about. The path of least resistance for me is choosing one skill and going all in with that. Don't get me wrong, there probably is other skills out there that you can just learn one skill and make money from. But for me, sales is something that doesn't discriminate. And what I mean by this is anybody can learn sales. Anybody. Because it doesn't require IQ. It doesn't require experience. It doesn't require, I don't know, like any natural traits really. Because all sales is human interaction. Simply. That's all sales is. So most people here can interact with the humans. It might not be to a certain extent and a good degree, but anyone can learn that. The only thing you need to be successful in sales is work ethic, because it's strictly a commission-based game. So as long as you have work ethic, which you probably do because you're working a 9 to 5, you're doing that day in, day out. So you probably have some sort of work ethic. As long as you've got this, you put this work ethic into learning sales and you can do this. And you can achieve that dream life of making 5k per month. Because I'm sure you know there is tons of people that make 5k per month from high ticket sales. I'm sure you know that. So really and truly, what is stopping you from achieving your dream life in 2 to 4 months? Ask yourself that question, because 9 times out of 10, the only thing stopping you is yourself and your limiting beliefs that you can't do it. But I'm quite a confident man. And one thing I always say, if other men can do it, so can I. And I had this analogy with skiing. I've never been skiing before, but I know so many people that can ski. Obviously, everyone says to me, skiing is so hard, it's so difficult. So many other men can do it. So why the fuck would I not be able to do it? Take that principle into this area of your life and you will achieve your dream goal of 5k per month. And that's just how I achieve it. And that's how I've helped over 300 people achieve the same thing by just breaking those limiting beliefs down. So if you took any value in this, drop a like, subscribe. Let's smash the year, boys. Let's go.